Okay, what's going on, everybody? Ultimate guys, we got Bayless here, Snap Crackle Pops, super duper. We did this last year. We did it on your back porch. We didn't have enough light, so I think this time we got enough light.
Yeah,
and we got the Gulf South sign. It was another. Me and Kobe shot a video at this exact same table quite a few years ago with the Gulf South sign. It was not that sign. It's the sign that Sam's daddy now owns. The Boulevard Armstrong sign.
and I think we got plenty of lights. I feel like a chicken strip in a Mississippi convenience store.
You know what? It's bright, but it's not hot because they're LED. See, I'm smart. I use LED.
True.
And you can tell how cheap I am because they're $5 LED lamps. If people see this, I've shot video, you can see this. But this will be our top 5 matches, plus 2 honorable mentions, that we saw live this year, in person by live. We were there in person. Now, real quick, I got a question for you. How many total shows did you hit this year?
I hit 10 shows.
I hit 11. How many total feds did you see this year?
2 that I know of. I think it was 3. It was 3 because
I saw 4.
And you saw 4. You went to one show that I did not. Me and you hit every other show together.
Yeah, me and my father went with Sam to the Impact Westwego tapings. That was the one show I went to. You didn't get to. That's the one Fed I went to because we went to SWA and Summit. We went to 3 or 4 Battle Zone.
See, I forgot
shows.
about Summit. Yeah, that was the one.
We probably went to 4 Battle Zone shows.
I know 3
at least because there was 2 in Richland. We went to the one in Braxton, and didn't we go to one in Raleigh this year before they quit running Raleigh?
Dude, I can't. We've been some
and then
more shows this year than I've ever been in a year.
Yeah, and the only thing we really missed for BIW is I think I missed like one Natchez show. You missed a Natchez show, and we missed anything at Arkansas because that is a drive for us.
3.5 hours one way.
Oh, at least. Yeah. At least because West Monroe is almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
And that's another hour past. So, all right. I figured we'll start off our honorable mentions. I'll let you go first. So pick your first honorable mention, sir. And I got mine. I got the match, then the month, the year, what fed, and what town it's in. That's how I got my shit formatted. So.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, the first honorable mention is, and this, well, first of all, before we start, I want to say this. Mm-hmm. Man, we've seen so many great shows. It is hard to sit down and put 5 together.
Your short list before we got our 5, how long was your short list? Mine was like 15, 16
I was going to say about 12 to 15 matches. Yeah. I mean, and I feel bad. It was like no offense to anybody that didn't make the list. There was a lot of great shows.
Yes.
It was just, what's something in that match that I said, wow. I mean, something different or something unique. And when I looked at most of my list,
mm-hmm.
it was things like triple threats and things like that, a little more than just your standard one-on-one.
Yep.
So it's.
Well, mine is a lot of stuff that after the match, because I'm usually filming. Most of these I filmed myself. After the match, I'm going back and watching my footage. I'm watching Kobe, so I want whoever's footage because I want to see the match again. I want to see it from different angles, and it just kind of surprised me that there was that many matches. And what blew my mind out of all this is Impact. You think Impact? That's the biggest level fed I went and saw this year. They had 1 match make the short list out of a 3-hour taping block.
See, to me, if it was anything, it'd be the little girl biting Cardona.
It was the match before she bit him. It was Cardona versus Jordan Grace. It was an amazing match when they put the burner cell phones in there, and the guy in front of me's like, "Man, every drug dealer in the world just lost their phone."
Wow.
I'm like, he's right. I mean, come on. Besides me, who else has a old fashioned, cell phone? It works in Saltillo, man. See, we have 1 G in Saltillo. We got half a G.
What you gonna do when they take away one of the soup cans and you don't have any more fishing line? You're gonna be in trouble.
All right, so honorable mentions.
My first honorable mention is, in this show, I'll be teetotally honest, a couple of nice matches, but nothing on it that really just jumped out at me.
But it was a fun show.
But it was a very fun show, and anybody that knows me knows that Junkyard Dog and I've got the Rock and Roll Express as my top 2. Always will be. I don't think that'll ever change.
Nope.
But this particular show was November the 12th in Braxton. It was a Battle Zone show, and it was outside, and it was cold.
I don't think it got above about 42 that day, and I think it was in the 30s once it started getting near the end of the show because we were in heavier gear than this, and I almost wore a mask. It was that cold.
Yes, I had on 3 or 4 layers, and I was cold. That wind was blowing. But to see the wrestlers come out there and their tights and nothing else and put on a show, that in itself was amazing to me when they very easily could have, wimped out or.
But it was a free benefit show. Like they had a booth and threw some money in the booth for the firefighters.
Yes.
And the food was good. We got to eat. The food was good.
It was good.
They had a couple of vendors. I mean, you ended up he got a magazine signed.
Magazine signed by the main reason we even went, or why I went.
The reason we went.
And if you know me and do this, that's a tribute to Robert Gibson.
That's not the shocker when Mr. Spock does it. No, that's this.
No, that's that. Yeah, but he would do that, and Ricky would always. I forget exactly his.
That's
name.
a very wide taint. You notice that?
It is.
You know what that is? That's I love you in sign language.
Exactly.
Okay. We're messing around here, but go on. Sorry.
But yeah, and then of course Robert. It was cold, and I know it was tearing his body up. He didn't even really do much in the match other than talk. But again, just literally 5 feet from him, got my knuckle bump when he was going in the ring. Talked to him before the show. When he signed that magazine, he was in awe at the magazine that I got autographed, and
because it was in good shape and he had not seen one in who knows how long, and especially a show like that, he did not expect to see a piece of merch that old pop up.
You could almost see in his eyes him go back.
Yeah,
and like I said, he was the main reason, but just for them go out there in that cold, I'm like, that's got to get an honorable mention to me because I'm over freezing, and they're up there in nothing but tights and still putting on a show.
It was so cold, my camera acted up during a couple of matches, and my footage just got it acted up. Remember?
Yep.
And I was a smart one. I was in between two people huddled up, so I was halfway warm.
Actually, I think the smart one was Miss Ginger.
Oh, well, of course. She was sitting inside of Robert Gibson's table, running his table, so she was definitely the smart one.
She was the smart one, being able to run Robert Gibson's table. Cloud 9, I know she had a blast. And I was glad because I was worried about her. It was cold.
It was, because we were going to put her in the middle and put her between you and I. We'd block a little bit of the wind because she's so short. Because Keith don't block too much. Keith's kind of small.
Right, true.
But you know what also happened that night? Isn't it the night where Keith won your belt?
Yes, when we
So we saw a title change that night.
Saw a title change that night. Sure did.
And you know what else happened at that show? I got the new Mr. Smackums. I don't know the guy's name, but next time I see him, I'm just going to chant, Army Dude! Army Dude!
That's right.
Because I don't know his name, but he impressed the hell out of me in getting his ass beat. But that was a great show. I agree. That right there is worth the honorable mention because they froze our ass off. We froze our ass off. I mean, Jesse Dalton comes out in a sleeveless shirt and shows us he's got a hand warmer hidden in his shirt somewhere to keep his chest warm. We'll just leave it at that.
Well, and Gio's going to kill me, but I got the lap dance from Gio.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that's where you got the lap dance from Gio. I forgot about that. Yes. And that's all on that Gio matches on the channel. The only one I don't think I got the Lambert versus the Hosey kid.
Yeah. Now we had I think it was Noah Hosey that was with
Gio,
fighting Gio.
Yeah.
And he puts Gio on my lap and then gives him a chop. And of course I felt it through Gio. So it was
that's a big old boy.
That's
man.
a big boy.
Noah's about your height and probably 100 pounds heavier.
Probably. Well, he's close.
He's close to 100 because you're losing. He's stocky as hell and he's young.
And as cold as it was, and I felt it through Gio, I knew that was a shot.
Gio was hurting his whole ride home because he got a long ride.
Oh yeah.
Okay, my honorable mention, and I got two, so I'm gonna do one, and then I'll do my other one. This is going to be Cassidy Riley and Bam Bam Malone beating Ron Rembrandt and Karai, also beating Muddy Waters and also beating Horsepower. This was the tag team elimination match for the BIW titles that got revived. Matter of fact, this man right here got to shine the titles up, shine them up real nice, just turn them sideways, and stick them up your Rudy Poo candy ass. He got to shine them up. You can see footage of this match, man. This match was so close to making the list because it was so good because you had basically three face teams and one heel team, and the thing with the heel team was some of the crowd knew Ron Rembrandt, but Karai were like, okay, we don't know this guy. But them two, man, they kept on messing with poor Sam.
They did.
They were like doing everything they could to confuse Sam, and Sam gets confused easy sometimes. He is from Louisiana, so you got to excuse that.
Yeah, no offense, Sam, just speaking facts.
Yeah, we get confused too. We went to public school too, so. But, oh man, such a great match, and what kind of shocked me was, I expected, the crowd's going to be behind, Cassidy and Bam because they've been around for a while. They'd be a little bit behind Horsepower because they've seen them before, but Muddy Waters was the crowd favorite, and when they got eliminated, the crowd went, oh, damn. Oh, damn, So, it almost made the list. It was a good match, but it needed just a little something to make the list, so. And you were there. You were doing security, so you had a good view of this.
Good front row view. I mean, it was and I'll go ahead and say it. That's my number 5 match.
Okay.
So we're right there.
Yeah, we're right on the edge there.
And for me, we saw Muddy Waters, introduced him to Josh, brought him into BIW, and the crowds. You already hear things like, "Man, if they were in here, they need the titles. They would run." I mean, they really get over in Brookhaven, and I'm surprised how quickly And just a couple
Two
of
Two
shows.
And how many times you see on Facebook people asking when they're going to come back?
Yes. And I think even Cassidy and Bam Bam were a little shocked.
They're like, wow,
because Muddy Waters got the pop, and which Gio's one of them. That's the one I talk about. Got the lap dance.
And then RJW. And honestly, I'd like to see Cassidy and Bam Bam defend the titles against Muddy Waters, face versus face match, and just see both of them have a clean match and see what happens. Because it'd be a good because you got Cassidy and Bam Bam ain't small guys, but they ain't as big as RJW.
No. And he cracks that whip and has that bull rope.
What about that overhand chop? What about that overhand chop? All right, so, sir, what is your other honorable mention?
My other honorable mention is August 27th in Brookhaven. Okay. It was the Danny Chance versus Frankie Thomas loser wears a dress match. Now, this isn't the one. I won't reveal right now who. If anybody followed knows who's won. But, But the fight for who's going to wear the dress.
Loser of this match doesn't have to wear a dress in the next match.
Have to wear the dress match. That was, to me, was a good match.
Damn good match.
And I hated to put it honorable mention, but I felt like it had to go in there somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. And it was another one of those where it was on my short list, but it didn't even make honorable mention. It was just like, it was good, but something topped it.
Yeah.
Something a little later down the line topped it, and it kind of pushed it off, which that happens. But, dude, great match. And, man, Frankie is, Danny's amazing. We've been raving about Danny, but Frankie's just low-key, like, workhorse. And I learned recently, I saw his first BIW match where he made him and his opponent hug it out in the middle of the ring. We got a hug it out chant started, and Frankie hugged.
And I didn't realize Frankie started out doing security like I do.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that until I saw some old footage.
Oh, yeah. When he was young, he had all his hair.
Yeah.
He was a little Bama fan. All right, so my other honorable mention, and people are going to argue this one, I don't care. This happened in Richland, Mississippi, August of 2022. I'm not exactly sure the date on that, but it's Vladimir Koloff versus Fart Man.
That was hilarious. People can argue, but for two of us that were standing there, that was hilarious.
And it's on this channel. Go watch it. Go look at it. It says Vladimir Koloff versus Fart Man. That was a match of, wits, but one guy only had half, so I call him a half-wit.
Dude was trying so hard, and he finally just blew it. And Vlad just looks at him. You're weird.
The guy's like, I will fight you with my butt. And Vlad's like, that's weird. And just walks off.
Leaves him standing there.
Oh, it was this ginger guy. He looked like the kid. Okay, you remember Children of the Corn?
Yes.
Remember Malachi?
Mm-hmm.
If Malachi actually hooked up with a cheerleader or kid, it would be Fart Man.
Wow. And it was funny because to caveat off of that, just real quick, was after Fart Man left Vlad, there were some kids messing with him, and I go over and throw my accent to sound like I'm Russian like Vlad is, and I'm like, that is my brother. And the kids believed me. Like it was Vlad's over laughing at me, trying to. It was just good, just interacting kind of. I can see the honorable mention. Like I said, people may argue, but that was
it's my list.
They had to be there, I guess.
Yeah, you have to go watch it. And then also I got Vlad with the kids at that show too, because Vlad, he's on my list. All right, so you're number 5, sir.
Number 5, like I said, was the 4-way.
That's right.
The
tag.
The Horsepower, Muddy Waters, Bam Bam and Cassidy, and Rembrandt and
that was November. Right. What date?
That was November the 19th in Brookhaven.
That was our last show. And here's the thing. Okay, I had 11. He had 10. I didn't go to a single show in September, October, and none in December. 3 months a year, I did not hit a show. And there might be a month earlier I didn't hit a show, and I still hit 11. Almost, one a month.
Well, there for that 1 week, we had 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, November we had 3 shows back to back.
West Monroe, and then the Braxton, and then Brookhaven.
And the thing is, I think the Braxton wore us out more because it was so damn cold.
Now, the one thing I wasn't crazy about, and I get why. It was. I think we had like 20 wrestlers in Brookhaven that night, so the matches were going quick to try to keep it within the time frame.
Yeah.
So that match, the one thing I guess I didn't like to a degree was how quickly they're eliminated.
Right. It was a little because the first elimination was cool, and then it felt like boom, boom, and all of a sudden there's Muddy Waters. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, but I get why.
I get it too.
You get the time limit. We had a bunch of shows. I think we had 6 matches that night. Where we normally have 5.
Yeah, there was 6 because I only recorded 4. I took 2 matches I skipped because I was like, man, my feet were killing me.
But still, I think the pop that Muddy Waters got was just.
Oh, dude, it was off the chart.
But it was still a good. Again, you got 8 guys in the ring.
Yep.
So that was just, it's different. I like different stuff.
Oh, I do too. So. And it was such a damn good match. So well done. Okay, so my number 5, and I got a feeling this might be on your list. I don't know. This is for the Deep South Heritage title. This is the 3-way. Elimination. Danny Chance comes as the champion. He's taking on Frankie Thomas in a dress. It's like a little ways into the match. All of a sudden, Rob Love just injects himself in the match. And it's a 3-way. And this was November 19th for Brookhaven. This match, man. I knew going in, because I'd heard some stuff that I knew Danny was going to end up losing the belt. I didn't know to who. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know your leg was going to get wet.
Soaked.
I didn't know Rob was going to go out into the crowd and try to fight a 180-year-old woman.
Who threw the drink and missed Rob and hit me, and that's how my leg.
She's 180 years old. I'm surprised she could throw the drink.
I know her aim.
You took a step back, you wouldn't have been hit.
Well, but I'm glad I caught myself and realized she was 180 years old, because it was like my arm was wet, my leg was wet. I mean, I was so. We do for these wrestlers.
Exactly.
Man.
This match, man, back and forth. Everybody's busting ass. Frankie in the dress was hilarious, and he actually managed to wrestle probably one of the best matches I've seen out of him in a while, in a damn dress.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, where did he get the dress from? It was too long to be his wife's because she's so short.
Yeah.
So where did he get the dress?
Maybe Danny had it. I don't know.
Danny's wife's short too.
True.
Rob, maybe? I don't know. But the match was amazing. Go watch it. It's up on the channel. You're number 4, sir.
My number 4, and just real quick, that match did not. I was back and forth between that one and the 4-way.
Yeah, those two were going back and forth for me too. And I'm just more. I'd rather a 3-way than a 4-way match. And there being 3 face teams, and that kind of threw the dynamic off for me. That's why it ended up going where it was. But it could have went either way.
Oh, yeah. And again, it goes back to what I said in the beginning. There were so many great matches. It's hard to get 5. So,
oh, yeah.
But definitely that match was there.
We could have done a top 10 list easy this year. Last year we had trouble getting. You had trouble getting 5 almost. But this year we tripled on shows.
Oh, yeah.
So, you're number 4, sir.
My number 4 brings up somebody that we've already mentioned. But this was February 5th in Natchez, BIW show. Okay. Fly Deaf versus Horsepower.
That's my number 3.
See, we're there. Eddie Martinez is really, it's just, since we first saw him, and
Nate Collins.
Nate, as little as he is, but I mean, they bring it. They're really entertaining.
And I'm gonna date myself, but Nate looks like JJ from Good Times Had a Kid. He's that thin and that tall, but he's so athletic for being 80 pounds.
Yeah, I'm wanting to see him hit somebody and go dynamite. I mean, you're waiting on it,
But half the crowd ain't gonna get it because we're so old.
Right. True.
Even though I did say Tony from Tony Johnson yelling that at him throughout the match. But I don't know if he's yelling at him or Ron Rembrandt. Because they're both in the match.
Yeah, probably Ryan with the mirror.
But dude, no, that match, man. Had you seen Fly Deaf before this? I'd seen him on Booker T's Reality Wrestling TV show, stuff like that. Enjoy him, but I just never seen him live. I'm like, holy shit, Fly Deaf.
First time I saw him live, yeah. I've seen some of him, footage and stuff.
And the footage from this match, I pretty sure my version is up. I know Kobe's is up there. The only thing with mine, if I'm remembering right, is like part of the time because of just various issues, like this gigantic Easter Island Maui statue was on view.
Yeah.
But damn good match. I am shocked. I didn't expect it to be on your list.
Now, Fly Deaf, they are, that's a Dallas team, right?
Houston.
Okay. Houston. I knew they were Texas.
And they've worked like Wildcat. You remember that footage a couple of years back? It was like Luke Hawks and his son jumped off the balcony and the mom landed on the team.
Yes.
That was Fly Deaf. He landed on.
Okay.
They've been around forever. All right.
So I'm impressing you. Some of my
I've
grown since last year.
You have, man. You got heavier to see. You've been watching a lot more footage too. All right. So my number 4 now, and you were there for this. It might be on your list. This almost was higher, and this will be May. Don't know the date. May 2022. Battle Zone.
May the 14th.
May the 14th, Richland.
That tells you it's on my list.
Vladimir Koloff versus Nightmare Jeremiah versus Wardell Street Fight. Jesus, this match. Oh, man.
We need more Koloff.
Dude, they beat the ever-loving shit out of each other. We had Wardell tell us, no, I'm not doing it one more time.
Yeah, he hit with the chair, and you're going one more time, and Wardell looks at you, laughs, and goes, no.
No.
I mean, they were wearing each other out. Trash cans flying.
Jeremy's got a bag of trash and he's swinging around like nunchucks. Jeremiah, sorry. Vladimir's just, dude, this match.
Vladimir goes into the bleachers.
Jeremiah went to the chairs or the bleachers?
Yeah, and then, man, the chairs that were flying at the end of that show.
I know.
Poor Ref Obama, he had his hands full.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah, when the chair fell down?
When the chair fell down.
And Jeremy was going to get him?
It was hilarious.
Dude, this whole match was amazing. And we went to this show for this match. It's like, okay, we saw, this match will be worth, because Battles on the shows are what, $10 usually? Yeah. Okay, this match right here will be worth for $10. The rest of the show was damn good, but this match right here, oh, man.
To me, one of the best Battles on shows I've been to.
It was. And probably one of the best Battle Zone matches I've seen this year. Matter of fact, it's the highest ranked Battle Zone match on my list. Go watch it. It's on the channel. And I'm running all over that gym to keep up with these guys. You got a bunch of you need to get up there, dude. We got to get you a little wrestling side channel. He gets a lot of little clips and combines and makes nice little videos out of it.
Well, next time we can upload, I'll put it on your channel.
Okay, well, we do that too. But, dude, get your own channel, have your own views.
True.
You have a side channel. You call it Russell Train.
Russell Train. The whole train.
So your number 3 was that, right?
That was my number 3.
Your thoughts on this match, sir? Because I just raved about it. Let me hear your thoughts.
Oh, again, it was just, the beginning to hey, anybody that knows any of these guys, Vordell's known as the ring wrecker for a reason.
Yep.
Jeremiah's going to bring it.
Yep.
Vladimir, the more I have seen him, the more he's becoming one of my top faves.
Now, was I not right when I told you got to see him in person to actually get it?
Yes.
Video does not. There's something video doesn't capture, and I don't know what it is. I can't tell you.
And really and truly, Vlad much the same. Jeremiah much the same. When you see these guys and you see the size, and you think it's just a heavyweight fight, but the nimbleness and the athleticism that these guys have. Like I said, the chair shots. There was one I think looked like Jeremiah landed wrong against the side of the ring, hit his back. And they keep right on going.
The suplexes to the floor with no padding.
And they botched it. Yeah. They went to do one, and he slipped.
Yep, right in front of us.
And they regained and did it again. I was like, wow. It was a fun match.
It was a good brawl. And it was a sequel because last year, and it was on my list, I'm pretty sure it was Vladimir versus Vordell street fight in Columbia at the Armory that was just like, balls out.
And that made our list last year.
Yep. And I have been talking to Vladimir and Jeremy Awesome, Nightmare Jeremiah's handler. And they are working on a third one possibly for 2023.
Wow. Sweet.
So we might get another one. So maybe this one's a 4.
Maybe sometime in March at the Widow Fest, which is going to be in Richland this year.
I saw that.
Yes, sir. That'd be nice to have it there.
Yeah, because that's a little bit closer for us. We already know the venue. And it's a nice venue. It's a nice, it's a, high school?
It's a high school gymnasium, yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, you're number 3. We just did that, so we do your number 2.
My number 2?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and say my number 2 and my number 1 were on the same night, July 9th. But my number 2, July 9th, West Monroe, BIW. The triple threat match with Barrett Brown, T-Ray, and Caleb Conley. Did I get you?
That's my number 1.
That's your number 1.
Number 1.
We're there.
And your number 1's my number 2.
Yeah. And what stands out to me about that match is I think earlier Barrett had hurt his ribs.
Yep.
And was it New Japan? Somewhere
New Japan Strong, out in California.
And he hurt his ribs, but to watch him come in and still fight, which T-Ray and Caleb, they're going to bring it.
Well, not only that, but it was such a drastic, because Caleb and Barrett have a similar style, but T-Ray is such a different style, and he blended so well into this match.
With them. And the way they blended together in the match and worked together and even with Barrett, I'm seeing some of the moves that he's not only doing but put in.
Yeah.
Knowing his ribs are hurt.
And stuff we hadn't seen him do before.
And had you not known his ribs were hurt, you had no idea that the man was, amazing.
And it's full on the channel here, and it's one where not only that, but also being July 9th, so it's the day before my birthday. It's like, hell yeah, I'm getting this great match that, like I say, is my number 1. Oh, man, just so much fun. And it's one where I've actually went back and watched, my footage. I've watched everybody else's footage. Oh, it's just, dude. And I did not expect it to steal the show like it did.
No, I didn't.
Because my number 2 and your number 1 is this match, I was going to steal the show. And this is why we went, because this is our first trip to West Monroe.
Because we've been to 2 this year, but
it was our first trip. Show. Ace Austin, Impact, New Japan Star, versus Ray Fury. Man, this match, jeez, everything I thought was going to be plus more. This is the match that if Ray does not get more attention outside this area because of this match, I don't know what the hell is wrong with people. And he's had other good matches this year. Like he had a great match against Draven Lee at a show that none of the matches made the list, but it was a great Battle Zone show. Ray's had so many good matches this year. I have not seen a bad match out of him. But this match right here, being Ace, who's New Japan and Impact, it got so much attention.
Oh man, and I give Ray the props. I mean, he actually pulled off the victory, and Ace took it out on Ray and actually tried to unmask him, but luckily security was there and was able to keep the identity. But
yeah.
That
because
was
Ray got to protect that, because Ray's so famous. If people knew what he looked like, he'd get mobbed. He couldn't go to Burger King or anything; he'd be mobbed by people.
Right.
Yeah, Ray couldn't go to like the 7-Eleven and get some yeet juice.
Right.
Some ain't no way now and latest. But dude, so
and if Ray, so he said my number one, so he kind of killed it. But
I'm sorry.
No, but I still got to do it because the way the list worked out. But Ray, if you're watching.
Yeah.
And every time he sees me, if I don't do something like this, he fusses at me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So if I get 2 claps and a yeet yeet, there's my number one match.
Yep.
And if I had an ace of spades, I'd throw it out there. But got to give Ray some love.
Oh, and I would go take it off the wall because I got Ace Austin's autographed on a poster and an 8x10, but I don't feel like taking it down.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way. And man, you know what? I'm throwing this out there. Just because this match was so amazing, and I don't know why it didn't make the list. Matt Taven versus Edge Stone.
Yes.
And West Monroe was amazing. It should have made my list, and I don't know why.
And this may seem wrong, but it was like a one and done. Like it's not something we would normally see with the normal roster.
No, it was a showcase. It was a showcase.
It was a showcase match, but still, that I considered that, and I mean, it was.
Yeah. And the thing was, I'd seen Taven wrestle 2 matches earlier that year in Impact, and this was the better match.
Yeah.
And then him beating the hell out of trying to beat up Super Dave.
Super Dave, yeah, he insulted Superman. Poor Dave. I mean, that's the guy who countered Ric Flair. Come on, he deserved a little more respect for that. But hey, it happens.
So that's my top 5, man, and my other 2. We got yours. Anything else, sir? Because I'm getting hungry. I think we can go have us a snack.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I could sit here all day and talk about it.
Dude, we could talk about the shows.
Favorite women's man, or favorite women wrestler, favorite
tag teams.
But speaking of women, I've only seen her one time in BIW. I got to give a shout out. I got to give a shout out to Roxy, which is Roxanne Perez now.
Yeah.
Winning the NXT championship.
And she won over Mandy Rose. Damn good match one I've been hearing.
Yes. And
I saw her in Ring of Honor and all that. I never got to see her live, but she only worked the one show.
She worked the one show in Natchez that I made that you didn't, and it was amazing to see. And then that was she was still green then.
Oh yeah, she was.
But to see how far in just 2 years. I think it's 2019, maybe 3 years, but how she's developed and grown. It's neat to say, hey, they've come through BIW, and to see them sitting there at that stage.
I mean, she's down in Florida. She's going to be within the next year or 2, main roster. She might come up at Royal Rumble this year. She might not, because Rumble's coming. Well, sorry, next year. I forget the year ain't over yet. I'm acting like, the year's over, but it ain't over yet. Well, it's like, look at Gino Medina. He's passed through.
Yes.
Who else we got? That's Barrett. That's the big one. Barrett. We've been watching Barrett. I've been watching Barrett since TCW when he was Americos.
Oh, I got to give a plug.
Oh, what you got?
You saw the Legends match coming up, him and APOC.
Yes.
That one's kind of got me.
Which could be a title match if APOC wins his belt back.
Yes, for next year. That's one I've got my. Of course, I think it's in Fountain Hill. Is it in Fountain Hill?
Probably. So which means we'll end up seeing the footage.
We'll see the footage.
We got the connection. It's just, man, Fountain Hill. We'll make a Fountain Hill show eventually.
There's one this summer. Was Fountain Hill double shot.
It's like June, I think.
Yeah, Fountain Hill and West Monroe. We might hit that.
We'll try to do that one. It's just, man, that's because I'll be honest, on both of us, even if we ain't driving, just riding that long, by the time you get home, you're just hurt and you're wiped out for a day or so.
Well, we come back from West Monroe when the time changed. And when you're driving down the road and you see the time set back and you're still in the middle of Louisiana trying to get home, that was a long, which I was good driving.
It was a blast. We had a car full.
Well, and we run into the singer,
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis passed his funeral procession, not knowing it until later.
Yeah, and we had a blast with the Buffalo Wild Wings afterwards, and got to watch almost got to see a fight between a waitress and a lady wrestler.
Yeah, or superstar's wife, however you want to say it.
Well, she wrestles too, so manager, valet. I was waiting for the hairspray to come out and her get the lighter, and just set her on fire. But the food was good. You know what though? That was a blast, but man, like you said, wiped out. And I know you were even more out because you did all the driving.
I was good when I got home, but it took about 2 days, man. First couple of days back at work, I was dragging. It was hard.
It was a long, long trip, but we're going to go ahead and get on out, sir, because you know what? It's hot in this mess right now.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like that dry piece of chicken strip.
I know, dude. That light, my eyes are like wrong. But well, everybody, we'll see y'all next year with the top 5. Well, we might shoot for a top 10 next year.
Maybe 7, 8. We'll see.
Top 4.5.
If we hit all the shows we did this year, yeah, it's very possible.
We out. Latest.